Apple can sell 1.5 million cards by 2030.
Mm-hmm.
Electric cars by 2030.
Oh, baby.
They
Nice
just
little
want
partnership with Toyota.
they just want to do everything. Apple,
Did-
we talked about that before. Apple
talked about it.
We spoke, in December. We spoke about it.
They're entering the car space. The Apple's doing everything.
And that in healthcare. Listen, can I be honest with y'all? I'll put yes in chat if I can. The purpose of having a company is to have no competition. So if I build trust, plus with predictability, plus with a brand you love.
Nah.
Zoom.
Damn. Zoom. Shake.
But yeah, Apple.
Yeah, we spoke about it in December when we first heard the announcement that they were going to get into it. And I think they were supposed to partner with Honda. Now, that didn't happen. But we spoke about the companies that were doing the technologies when we talked about Luminar and Velodyne, of companies that were doing the technology that actually has the computer systems around the car. Again, we know Apple is going to be innovative. We told y'all they're coming into healthcare. Did you see the new Apple Watch? They said it's now going to be able to do blood pressure. Like we've seen, like they're going to continue to innovate and they're going to come into every space that they can. And they're not coming to play. They're coming to dominate, right? The same way Amazon comes to dominate, Apple's coming to dominate.
Shout out to Ronnie Brown. I believe she had a bust down Apple Watch. Did you notice that?
Shout out, yo, Ronnie's
different.
Ronnie, a real one. Shout out to Ronnie Brown.
We was hanging out with her this weekend. The bust down Apple Watch. Very, very rare. But no, Apple, I mean, it makes perfect sense if you really think about it. We talked about it for a long time that Tesla is not a car company, it's a tech company. And, all of the innovations inside of these new cars, they're all technology. So Apple is the king of tech. So it just would make perfect sense for them to get into the car game. And I like the fact that they're partnering with a car company. They're not like trying to make like the Apple car, like just by themselves. Like they're already saying, okay, we're going to partner with a company that's already, familiar with.
It saves time.
Yeah. It just accelerates the process. So, I think that Apple could make a huge, because every car has Apple Play in it already. It's not really a far-fetched thing. So what does that do to their balance sheet when Apple gets in the transportation business? That's you're talking about game changers.
How many trillion are we going to if by 2030?
I don't even want to say a number. I don't even want to say because it's going to sound fraudulent if I say it. If they get that healthcare, and the crazy part, Apple has not penetrated the workforce enough. If they get the workforce, healthcare, and this car, and they go into, and okay, let's say if they go into healthcare and then build ambulances. My God, like,
right. That's what I'm saying. Like
30 years.
All the data that they have on your health, they're going to use it for something, right? Like first, it was your heart rate, right? Then it becomes your blood pressure, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? After a while, like, where's that data going? Where is it being stored? What are they going to like? What are we going to be using it for? So they have the information. It's just about what the lead up is to it now.
One last thing before we go to questions.
You go.
This is something that's been making a lot of news on social media.
Yeah.
Social Security will be insolvent by 2033. And this is so crazy. When I was like, when I was early on in my financial planning business, I remember they showed us this is the crazy thing about it. Everybody's acting so surprised by this, but if you ever they don't send it in the mail anymore, but remember they used to send your Social Security thing in the mail, like what you're projected to get. They transferred that online. But when they used to send it in the mail years ago, if you ever read it, like there was like a booklet. Like if you read the second page, it said that Social Security is on pace to become insolvent by year 2035, something like that. Like it said it in there. So it was always on pace to be insolvent. They never made it a secret. They actually put it in the report. It's just nobody ever read it.
So when read it, insolvent means
it's when it's over. It's over.
Done.
So it was already on pace to be insolvent by 2034, I believe. But with Corona and all of the money that was spent by the government, it just kind of accelerated it. So now it's 2033. So of course, there will probably be some bridges that will be, how the government works. They can just always print up some more money. But as it stands right now, Social Security will be insolvent by 2033. So
5. Oh no, they moved it up. You're right. You're right.
Whether that gets bridged or whether it gets, regardless of the fact, you should not be relying on the government for your retirement. If you're relying on the government for your retirement, you are doing yourself a tremendous disservice. This is why we talk about other government sponsored retirement plans that you can use, like an IRA, like a Roth IRA, like a SEP IRA. These are things that you can get, tax benefits from, government tax benefits from when time to pay your taxes or take the money out in the case of the Roth IRA. But if you are relying on the government to give you a blanket in retirement, then like I said, you're going to be in for a big surprise. So what do you guys think about this news of 2033?
My grandmother told me in 1999, we've sold parts of our country that we'll never be able to get back. And she told me in 99 that Social Security probably will run about 2020. So I'm not surprised about that. The lesson for everyone here is you cannot depend on any other entity other than yourself for your financial freedom. That's it. No one cares about your freedom more than you. If you've ever been in a hurricane, any disaster area that needed relief, blessings and love to everybody in New Orleans. And when I was here, when it happened in Houston, it's not anyone else's job to take care of you and your family. Like, I hate to say it, like most countries, entities, even the businesses you guys work for, they don't care. They do not care. We saw it last year. Like, how many of you got sick last year or had family that was sick and he was like, y'all need 2 weeks off? They were like, I'm going to let you off. You have to take care of your financial freedom because no one else is going to care about it the way they do.
And then a lot of people was like, well, why do I have to keep paying? You got to realize, even when Bernie Madoff got knocked, he was running that thing for 30 years. The problem, the Ponzi scheme is only bad when more people need money than usual. So like the whole thing with the Ponzi scheme, like you put the money in, Troy puts money in, and then I take some money out. As long as I take out a certain amount and there's enough money coming in, you can keep that thing going. The reason why Bernie Madoff thing fell apart is that in 2008, when the stock market crashed, a lot of people wanted to call for their money, and he didn't have enough money at that point in time to cover it, and that's when the whole thing fell apart. Social Security, more and more people are living now longer.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now, you're still paying for it, but more money is being taken out than what's coming in. And it's only so long before that house of cards fall apart. So what you're paying for, you're not paying for your retirement. You're paying for the person that's living in Social Security right now.
Yeah. I think that's what one of the things you told me. It's like, we used to have this argument, like he was like, yo, why you working? Why you working? You're going to live off pension and Social Security, which is not going to be there anymore.
Yep.
You can't keep doing this. This isn't going to work for you. So wise words from a decent man. You know what else he told me? He told me to get life insurance when I was 26 years old. And everybody knows that story. So then on that note, it makes sense why people get life insurance, especially term coverage, which is surprisingly affordable. Why not pay for each month to protect the ones you love? If you're asking yourself this question, I want you to check out Ladder. Right? Ladder makes it impressively fast and easy to get covered. You just need a few minutes on a phone or a laptop to apply. Ladder's smart algorithms work in real time, so you'll find out instantly if you're covered. No hidden fees, cancel anytime. And since life insurance costs more as you age, now's the time to cross off your list. All right. So check out Ladder today to see if you're instantly approved. Go to ladderlife.com/Market Mondays. That's ladder.com/Market Mondays. LADDER life.com/Market Mondays. All right. So Ladder has sponsored our earnings report. It's like 9:00. So I'm going to talk about a few companies really quick because me and Trap had a really good conversation. We were talking about cybersecurity. He had talked to me about CrowdStrike, and I was telling him about Zscaler. Ian, you up on Zscaler?
Yes.
ZS is the ticker. They're going to be reporting on Thursday. It is a company that I absolutely love. If you look at their chart, and if you have your computer, you got your iPad or your phone next to you right now, I suggest you look at their chart as well. It is exactly. It is a cloud cybersecurity service company. Absolutely incredible if you look at what they've done over the past year. So they will be reporting on Thursday. Affirm, which we spoke about last week, which is partnering with Amazon, will be reporting in. Shout out to Jamal. Play will be reporting Dave & Buster's. My nephew actually had his birthday party there yesterday. So that's one of those reopening stocks that we are just keeping an eye on. Yeah, but make sure y'all got ZS, especially ZS, on your watch list. Please have it on your watch list.
Yes. Janet, can we go to some questions, please?